Over here.
Dragon shield. Let's go.
Let's go!
There's no way. There's no.
Damn. Добро пожаловать, YouTube. OneRussianLeft here. The point of this video is to show you the comparison between the Modern Warfare and the Vanguard Kar98. If you're like me, one of the only reasons you keep playing Call of Duty is sniping. And unfortunately, over the last little bit, Activision has made it a mission for whatever reason to nerf Vanguard, Modern Warfare, Cold War sniper rifles alike, especially some of the bugged attachments, even though I thought they were fairly balanced on the Vanguard Kar98. I'm going to show you my best updated build for each one of these weapons. And yes, I have tweaked the attachments for both my Modern Warfare and my Vanguard Kar98s alike. And just like last time, I'll also show you a low-level build that you should be using if you're still leveling up these guns. Towards the end, very quickly, I will show you how to level them up as efficiently as possible. So to figure out whether the Modern Warfare or the Vanguard Kar is better for you, we're going to break down the performance of these sniper rifles in several important categories and see which Kar98 comes out on top. These categories are ADS speed, flinch, bullet velocity, sprint to fire, aiming stability, movement speed, and last but not least, rechambering and reloading speeds. As always, thank you very much for subscribing and turning the bell notifications on. Here are my new optimal attachments for the Modern Warfare Kar98 at its maximum level. Take a screenshot now. Please note that because I'm playing Rebirth, I have removed the monolithic suppressor, which gives additional bullet velocity, and substituted it with the focus perk. The focus perk helps you eliminate flinch when someone's shooting you in the face while you're ADSing. And since the flinch on the Modern Warfare Kar has been worsened by about 60% in the most recent update, please always have this perk equipped. If you really need to equip the monolithic for whatever reason, though you shouldn't, and we'll talk about that in a sec, just take off the stock instead. If you're really late to the game and you haven't leveled up the Kar98 yet, here's a low-level build. Take a screenshot now. For the Vanguard Kar98, on the other hand, these are my updated optimal max level attachments. Feel free to substitute the F8 stabilizer for the SD silencer if really needed. Remember, the 3.5x scope has the fastest ADS speed, and even though it has no glint, as you can hear in this hot mic,
Casino sniper glint.
and it's only 3.5x zoom, it still enables you to hold your breath, which is quite important for longer range engagements. The other popular sight is the 4 to 8 times variable zoom, which is also fast, but it doesn't let you hold your breath and does have a glint. You will also know that I've changed the barrel from the 660mm flinch resisting boosting one to the longest VDD one. The VDD barrel helps you boost your bullet velocity to the point where the gun becomes a hit scan up to about 250 meters. And though it tanks less, it does make the gun a bit slower, so feel free to interchange these barrels as you see fit. And here's a low-level Vanguard Kar98 build, which you should unlock around level 35. Take a screenshot now. So which Kar98 is better for you? Well, first, let's talk about ADS speed. The Vanguard Kar98 is actually a bit faster, as you can see from the comparison below, but hold that thought, because even though the Vanguard Kar98 is technically the winner in this category, we'll talk about the impacts of sprint to fire mechanics on aim down sight speeds in a second. In the flinch resistance category, there is no contest. The Vanguard Kar98 is just worse. Even if I equip all of the flinch resisting boosting attachments onto the Vanguard Kar, it's still going to be worse than the Modern Warfare one, even after they nerfed the Modern Warfare Kar. And I tried to push as many people as I could in close quarters on Rebirth so you could actually see what happens when someone shoots me in the face with both of these weapons. Wait, hold on. Watch this play. I thought it was pretty cool. I decided to push these two guys solo, and look, I downed the first, I died to the second because I wasn't able to switch my weapons fast enough because I didn't have amped equipped. And then I respawn, land on my stuff, and look, I only have 2 bullets in my Kar98, and then satisfaction. Anyways, back to it. When it comes to bullet velocity, you can see that the Vanguard Kar98 really does shine in this category, especially with the VDD RE02K barrel equipped. As I previously stated, it's close to hit scan compared to the Modern Warfare Kar98. Now, the next category, sprint to fire speed, actually goes hand in hand with ADS. Even though the Vanguard Kar has a slightly faster ADS speed, it's negated by the much slower sprint to fire speed, as you can see in the comparison below. As discussed in my previous 2 videos, you can bypass the sprint to fire ADS slowdown on the Vanguard Kar if you cancel your sprint right before ADSing, and you can do this by completing a slide or slide canceling and then jumping. But in reality, given the fact that with the Modern Warfare Kar, you can brainlessly aim down sight right after sprinting, is just better in most unexpected situations, and therefore the Modern Warfare Kar98 wins in the sprint to fire category. Next, let's talk about aiming stability. In this one, the Vanguard Kar98 does win by a landslide, plain and simple. Now, you could put the aiming stability boosting Stvol stock on the Modern Warfare Kar98, but I strongly do not recommend you do this, as the ADS speed penalty you take does not make the aiming stability worth it. You'd just be making a gray gun a bit worse. And don't listen to anybody that tells you to put that full stock on the Modern Warfare Kar98, because they're probably mediocre when it comes to aggressive sniping. The movement speed category is very simple. The Modern Warfare car is faster, especially if you have that slow bullet velocity boosting barrel equipped on the Vanguard Kar98. I was a little bit disappointed by this because no matter what attachments I equipped on the Vanguard Kar98, including the short stock, which basically makes you have a Vanguard Kar98 with no stock, it still felt a bit slow to me in comparison with its Modern Warfare counterpart. And last but not least, let's talk about rechambering and reloading speeds of both of these weapons. The Vanguard Kar98 does reload several times faster than the Modern Warfare Kar98 if you have the 5-round speed mag equipped. Its mechanics become very similar to the SPR. This attachment enables you to reload the Vanguard Kar98 all in one go instead of having to reload it bullet by bullet like you would with the Modern Warfare one. And even more importantly, when it comes to rechambering speeds, the Vanguard Kar98 is better because it has slightly faster and more stable rechambering. And I hope that you can see this in the clips below. If you've used the Modern Warfare Kar98, you know the pain of having to wait for the extremely slow rechambering animation to complete once you've switched weapons or reloaded. I would say this problem is much less noticeable on the Vanguard Kar98, and that's why it wins in this category. So overall, after playing with both of these weapons again during my last Twitch stream, I personally prefer the Modern Warfare Kar98 in those close quarter aggressive sniping situations. The kind of situations that you find yourself in on Rebirth Island quite a bit. This is due to the Modern Warfare car's sprint to fire speed, movement speed, and much more superior flinch resistance. On the other hand, the Vanguard Kar98 really shines on those larger maps like Caldera in those medium and longer ranges because it has much faster bullet velocity, better aiming stability, and lack of glint with the 3.5x scope equipped. So aggressive close quarter snipers will probably favor the Modern Warfare car, but laid back snipers will probably gravitate towards the Vanguard one. But hey, that's just me, so let me know what you prefer personally. Leveling up these guns is quite easy. For the Vanguard Kar98, during my last Twitch stream, I was asked a couple times if I recommend playing Vanguard multiplayer to level that gun up. And the answer is no, I strongly do not recommend you play multiplayer because it's very slow, which is actually not a very good business decision by Activision because I would want people to buy multiplayer, but I guess they didn't think that through. So instead, for the Vanguard car, I recommend that you equip your double weapon XP tokens. I recommend that you go into Plunder as a solo so you can respawn over and over again in the same spot on the map, and go to the airfield, aka the new storage town. Now, doing supply runs and recons on Rebirth and Caldera can work. I don't recommend you do this because you will be bored out of your mind questioning life, and it won't make you any better with the Vanguard Kar98, which does take some time to get used to compared to the Modern Warfare one. So you might as well practice on Plunder and get used to it. On the other hand, for the Modern Warfare Kar98, I do recommend that you go into multiplayer, load up a game of Shoot the Ship, aka Shipment and Shoot the House, equip your double weapon XP tokens, and you should have this gun leveled up in a couple games. If you don't have Modern Warfare multiplayer, which is quite unfortunate, I recommend that you just follow my instructions that I provided for Plunder for the Vanguard Kar98 a couple seconds ago. And there you have it, the Modern Warfare versus the Vanguard Kar98. Thank you for subscribing, turning the bell notifications on, liking the video to help me boost it. Please tell me what you want me to do next and what your thoughts are on this comparison. I will see you during my next video or during my next live stream. Thank you very much for watching. Спасибо за просмотр. Russian out.